Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're doing the daily reading for Saturday, January 16th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the heart chakra and guided by life force. Today is a heart chakra day, which means that rainbow meditation is a great way to tap into the energies of today. Bring that rainbow light down through the crown, down through the chakra system, exude it out through the different layers of the aura. It is just a beautiful meditation and a beautiful way to connect to existence, to all that is on that heart level today. The energy of today, or the galactic signature, is the red resonant Skywalker energy. And so the red Skywalker energy is all about exploration, space, and wakefulness. And so this is about exploring the inner terrain. It's about releasing everything that no longer resonates, that no longer serves us, of being awake and aware of what is going on in our outer reality. If today is a day where we're sort of wondering and questioning our path, or we're wanting to know or understand if we are on the right path, then the way to determine this is by looking at the evidence around us in our lives. What is actually happening in my life? Can I be fully present in every moment of my life today, fully awake, right? And see what's being laid out before me. What is the path that I'm currently on? Let me observe this path from a detached perspective. Really go within, into that empty space, that empty quiet within, and gain the wisdom and the knowledge. Does this resonate with me? We have that resonant tone as the tone of today. So this is all about paying attention to the vibrations that surround us and whether or not they resonate with our own personal vibration. Do the vibrations of my reality resonate with me? Do they resonate with what it is that I am desiring? And if not, then how can I make the adjustments in order to bring things back into resonance? So that's what we're looking at today. That's what we're working with. It's this understanding of ourselves, this understanding of the empty space as the space where all possibility resides and all answers can be found, and really making sure that we are the clearest channel possible, that we are able to pull in that energy of that highest vibration, because we are a clear channel for that energy to pass through, and really clearing away and clearing out anything that is preventing us from being that clear channel. This is a day where we want to be really connected both above and below, and to really bring that energy through in both directions. This today feels kind of, as I was reading the description, like the Seven of Pentacles card in the tarot, where it's very much that energy of stopping, reviewing our progress, being aware of where it is that we are, so that we can then determine where it is that we are wanting to go from here and what is necessary in order to do that. The affirmation for today is, I channel in order to explore inspiring wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of life force. And we have some interesting astrology going on today as well. We have the moon in Pisces today, so this is a very feeling energy. This is a water sign. Pisces is incredibly intuitive, incredibly compassionate. It's very much that Christ consciousness energy that Pisces embodies. And so that's sort of our emotional. We're in a very feely place emotionally, a very possibly soft and tender place. We're really loving, wanting to love on people, especially when we have the moon in a sextile to Venus. And so it's kind of that romantic sort of energy that we have in the air today. But with Venus and Capricorn, it's like if we are feeling that lovey-dovey kind of energy today, we're going to want to like act on that in concrete ways. We're going to want to show that, because Capricorn is very much, it's an earth sign. It's all about action and forward progress and responsibility. And so a day where we may be wanting to take responsibility for our feelings as well. The moon is making a lot of interesting aspects. It's also sextiling Uranus and Mars, which are still in loose conjunction, I believe. Let me fact check myself here. Yes, they are still in conjunction. So sextiling Uranus and Mars, which is really giving us that desire to push forward, especially when Uranus and Mars are also trining Venus. And so we see how all of these planets are connected today. And so we're wanting to break free. We're wanting to push forward. We're wanting to assert ourselves. We're wanting that evolvement, right? right? That evolving, and we're wanting that when it comes to our relationships as well. And so we're really feeling into that today. We're really desiring that. And this is pushing forward and moving forward in many different ways. This can also, with Venus, relate to finances, relate to the ways that we're more deeply loving ourselves. But I'm absolutely feeling this relationship aspect with this connection as well today. And we're having like a bit more intuition. It's like we can intuitively ascertain how it is that we feel, what is it that we're desiring. And that's a big energy that we're experiencing right now, that I'm feeling overall, is this energy of what it is that we want, what it is that we desire. That is becoming clear. Things are becoming more clear. We still have the sun in conjunction with Pluto. And so this is like the psyche, the deep aspects of our psyche that are being revealed to us so that we can integrate those aspects of ourselves, right? So we're really seeing deeply into ourselves, into our motivations. We are seeing this when it comes to other people too. We want to be careful. This energy can sometimes also create a little bit of paranoia or obsession. So we want to release ourselves from that kind of energy, but we can utilize this as that keen perception that Pluto provides. This is also psychic perception. And so it's definitely an interesting area as we are getting more in touch with our own psyche. And this is especially relevant as we also have the sun moving into conjunction with Saturn, as well as into loose conjunction with Jupiter. And so a lot of that energy, right? It's basically the sun is coming into conjunction with the stellium in Aquarius, would be an easier way to say that. And so we're really... but it's still closer to Pluto right now. So that's what we're moving towards, is that clear vision forward. But we're also being given right now a clear vision of our psyche, that understanding of ourselves. And that's why utilizing this red Skywalker energy of really going within, of emptying out that space inside of us so that we can sit in that quiet place where these revelations can come through, where we can sort through them a bit more easily. We have Mercury, which is conjunct Pallas right now. And so this is really helping us as far as our mental processes go. We are really on point with our mental processes today. We are seeing that path forward. We are seeing that path to evolving. We are seeing the possibilities and the strategy, right? Pallas is all about strategy. How do I get from A to B? Right? What are the greater patterns that I'm seeing playing out? And how can I utilize those patterns? How can I work with those patterns that are playing out in my life? How can I, and this brings it back to the red Skywalker energy again, right? How can I observe these patterns and learn from them? Take that sun conjunct Pluto energy to really dig deep into that, right? To assist with that process and to understand where these patterns are coming from. Do I like these patterns, or am I ready to change these patterns? And please reach out to me if you want assistance with that. That is one of the things that I do. We can absolutely delve into that more deeply. But yeah, it's that energy. It's like we're really seeing, but we still have these squares going on between Mars and Saturn and Mars and Jupiter, right? And we also have Jupiter coming into conjunction with Saturn and squaring Mars and Uranus, as well as sextiling Chiron. So there's a lot of energy. I could keep going with this, but the energy that I'm feeling is, it's like we've really seen and been shown what we want, and we're being shown the path to get there as well. But now it's like there are challenges. There are things that we will have to overcome. There are responsibilities and things that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to put in the effort. Both the effort when it comes to our own healing process, when it comes to looking at our belief systems, when it comes to facing our fears. There's a lot that's going to have to go into it. So is the juice worth the squeeze? That's kind of the energy today. That's what we're being asked. It's like, here's the way to get what you want. Are you willing to take that road? Are you ready to do? Are you willing to do what it takes? It's like our commitment to that path is being tested and laid out before us. And we're like, all right, so is it worth it? Right? And so that's sort of the energy that we're in today, is deciding, is it worth it? And if it is, then we're being asked to take those concrete steps forward that we both are being intuitively shown through signs, shown through our own logic and our own expanded understanding. Are we ready to walk that path? If that path is the path we are wanting to walk. And so what are we going to pull for cards today? Okay, I'm going to start us out with a couple Wisdom of the Hidden Realms cards, clear. And we'll see what the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. First card out is the Mapmaker of Destiny. Authentic purpose, inspiration, free will. And so this is about the map of our destiny. We get to write that map. We get to create that map. What does that map look like, right? This is the map. This is the path that's being shown to us, but we have the free will. Do I want to walk that path? Am I ready? It's once again, is the juice worth the squeeze? We can create that path. We have the math to that path, to our destiny, to our authentic purpose and our inspiration. Are we ready to follow it? Are we ready to walk it? And then we have the hungry ghosts coming out. Obsession, security, scarcity consciousness, attachment. So this is some of the stuff that we may be needing to work through. This is some of the stuff that Pluto may be showing us with its conjunction to the sun, is where are we being obsessive, right? Where are we stuck in scarcity consciousness? Where are we being held back by attachment, right? Attachment, it's that phrase that I love to say, that I say all the time on here, right? I'm connected to everything. I'm attached to nothing. That is the ultimate goal. That is where we want to be. But where are we in that trajectory? Are we attached to things? Are we attached to our obsessions? Are we attached to this scarcity consciousness? And the scarcity consciousness can show up in a lot of different ways. It doesn't necessarily mean money, although it absolutely is evidenced. If we have a scarcity consciousness, it is evidenced in money. But it can also show up as a scarcity of love, a scarcity of affection, a scarcity of any type of security or comfort. There are so many ways that this can show up in our lives. And so really that's when we employ that Red Skywalker energy. We look at the full picture. We look at what the evidence that's being shown in our lives, and then we see, where is this coming from? This is also any of those obsessions and compulsions with the hungry ghosts. I'm feeling that hunger, right? And so what is it that we hunger for? Anything that we hunger for, we are hungering for because we feel as though there is a lack of it. And so really understanding that. And when we get into that energy, the irony of it is, when we feel that there is a lack of, when we're hungering for something, it means we feel that we don't have it. When we feel that we don't have it, we attract more experience of not having it. And so we really want to address that. We really want to look at that. And we really want to also look at the things that we are attached to that are preventing our growth, that are preventing us from evolving. This is like the devil kind of energy coming through right now. And then we also have coming out the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, conscious action. And so this is like, in order to overcome that scarcity consciousness, that attachment, we want to be selfless. We want to practice gratitude and service. Practice gratitude for what it is that we have. Even if we feel like we don't have that much, we have enough, right? If you've survived up until this point, you've at least had the bare minimum that was required in order for your survival. So be grateful for that. And that helps then produce that energy of bringing us more things to be grateful for. Service to others, right? Giving. Even when you don't feel like you have much, if you give, you are telling the universe, I have enough to give. And this doesn't mean like give away your last dollar. It means be of service in any way that you can, because that energy is rewarding. It is contagious. It boosts our vibration, right? We may not be able to go to the grocery store and pay for someone's groceries, but we can help them carry their groceries out to their car, right? It's that kind of energy. Like, where can I be of service? And where can I take that conscious action towards my dreams, towards creating the mentality and the reality that it is that I am wanting to experience in my life, right? That conscious action piece is huge. We want to act consciously always, right? A lot of times reaction is when we're not acting consciously. That reaction is when we're acting unconsciously. And so we don't want to react to things. We want to respond. We want to consciously be fully aware of our actions today, fully aware of what's underneath all of those actions, what's underneath all of those motivations, what's underneath all of those intentions, right? Because that gives us a better picture of our own psyche, of that energy that utilizes that Pluto conjunct Sun energy to really get us thinking and understanding ourselves on a deeper level. And we want to make sure every time we take an action, is this beneficial to myself? Is this beneficial to others? right? Is this beneficial toward creating the kind of life I want to create, toward me being the kind of person that I want to be, showing up the way I want to show up? We want to be very aware of that, and we want to consciously act in the manner that's supporting our manifestations, that's supporting our dreams, that's supporting the person that we are cultivating, right? The truth of who we are, those highest aspirations of the heart. Yeah, so good stuff coming through there. And then we have the Spirit Whisperer, divine guidance, higher knowing. So listen and pay attention to that divine guidance. Your divine guidance is speaking to you all the time. It's just sometimes, like it says in this, sometimes it whispers. And so that's why we want to utilize, once again, I love how these energies are combining today so well. That Red Skywalker energy of going into that empty space. When we're in that empty space, when we empty out our space, we empty out our minds, right? Especially, that's when we connect to that divine guidance, to that higher knowing. And so we want to pay attention to this. We want to pay attention to that little voice that's whispering. Like the loud screaming voice, that's our ego. That's our conscious mind, right? That soft, gentle whispering voice, that is our intuition. That is our divine higher guidance. So pay attention to all the ways that divine higher guidance is showing up for you in your life today. Pay attention to that, and then take conscious action around what you hear. That's what we call on here divinely inspired action, is taking that conscious action. Oh, hello. All right. And then we have the Altar Priestess, preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. This is another way. This is a lot of energy coming through for manifesting and creating that pathway forward today. I love it. It's another thing that we can do, those prayers, right? And the prayers paired with the higher guidance, right? It's like, there's another quote that I really love that says, like, prayer is talking to God, meditation is listening for the answer. And so we want to be doing both. But we do want to be praying. We want to be, if you're into rituals and stuff like that, do a ritual today that connects you more towards your spiritual team. Do a ritual honoring some sort of guide, possibly honoring your ancestors. Do a manifestation ritual. Any of these things. We're still in that new moon energy, so absolutely utilize that process. The moon is building right now. Right? We're building toward that full moon. And so this is a really great manifestation time to really do some rituals. If there's stuff that you're needing to release, some of this scarcity consciousness, some of these obsessions, do a releasing ritual around that. Like, really, we can do either one of these anytime. The moon is supporting building, but we can always be releasing too. It's a constant flow. And preparation. Prepare for what it is that you're wanting. Prepare for what it is that if you have seen the map of your destiny that is being shown to you, and you are beginning to understand that, how can you prepare for that journey? How can you prepare to reach that destination? What little steps can you put in place today? What little steps can you take that support your manifestations? Take a little step towards what it is that you're wanting to achieve every day. If it's a new way of being, do one thing that supports that new way of being. Say one thing that supports that new way of being. If it's something that you're wanting in your outer reality, do one thing that's going to support that process, one thing that's going to get you closer. Act in one way that shows that you have that, or you are moving towards that, or you are that. That's that preparation as well. It's sort of like a great analogy, and I can't remember which manifestation teacher, this was a long time ago, but there was something about saying something about even like simple things, right? Like they wanted to manifest a partner, and what they didn't realize was that they had no space in their life for that. And so they started doing little physical things, like they cleared out half of their closet so there was room for another person's clothes in there, right? They did like all these little things to make space for that energy to come in. And so that's preparing. That's that preparation phase. And that's going to be really helpful for people. And then we have the Eagle King, the big picture angelic help. So seeing that bigger picture and receiving that angelic help, right? With the divine guidance also coming out. This is like really emphasizing that you have whatever it is that you are working towards right now, that bigger picture vision for your life. The angels are helping you with that. And so continue to call them and continue to lean on them, because they are wanting to help you and support you. But the angels can only help you if you ask. They have to respect, it's funny, I put this on top of the free will card. They have to respect your free will. And so ask them for the help. Ask them for those preparation. Like if you have determined the little things that are going to get you to the big thing, Ask them for some of those things. Ask them more very as specifically as you can to help you with specific things that are going to aid you in that process. And then we have the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. And so this is more of that energy of giving and receiving. They really want to emphasize that. Being in that flow of giving and receiving. Anywhere where if we're withholding something, why are we withholding that, right? Whether it's our generosity, whether it's our love, whether it's our time, not falling into those traps. That is like the reversal of the generosity and receiving energy, is that withholding energy. So where can we open ourselves up more? Where are we withholding ourselves, and why? What is, right? There's always a why to everything. Why? What are we afraid of? And sort of understanding, if we can understand that, we can understand how to release ourselves from that energy, because that energy is stuck, that energy is stagnant, it doesn't move. And if it doesn't move, it can't flow. And if it can't flow, what we're looking for can't come in. Yeah, and then small steps, asking for help. So taking those small steps, that energy is coming through really heavily today. They really want everyone to be taking those little steps towards what it is that you're wanting to create. Whatever little steps you can take today. We are in the final days of Capricorn season right now. Aquarius season begins on the 20th. And so it's really, we're being asked to put those pieces into place. That's what the Capricorn energy is all about, is that strategy, is that ambition, that moving forward. What can I do? What can I physically do? And we see with Venus and Mars also in earth signs, this energy, it's really asking us to take charge, asking us to take the steps. And once again, the asking for help, really ask for that angelic help is coming through. Your angels really want you to ask for help today. And also ask for help and be open to the ways that you can receive that help, right? Because your angels work through people. They work through the physical world. And so you may be offered that help in different ways from different people in different scenarios. So just be open. Once you ask for the help, be open to how that help is going to come to you. Don't automatically shut things down. Really, sort of take note of that. Use your intuition and your guidance to determine, is this has been offered to me? Is this constructive help? Is this exactly what I asked for, right? And it may come to some people in some unexpected ways today. I'm going to close with a couple Moonology cards. Clear. Final guidance from the Moonology deck for today. You are good enough coming out. Full moon in Virgo. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are enough. Know that you deserve all of the blessings. And Virgo energy is also about paying attention to the details, right? So once again, being called back to that attention to details today. But it's also that energy with the full moon in Virgo. This is about releasing. So release anywhere where you feel unworthy, where you feel not good enough. Release from your reality anything or anyone, if you can, that constantly puts you in a state of not feeling worthy. Notice if there are people, if your job, your relationships, people around you, if there are things that are reflecting you are not worthy, then that's a good indicator that is a way that you may truly feel. And so really tap into that and tap into that self-love piece today. Really release. It's like releasing perfectionism. Yes, releasing perfectionism. That's a big thing coming through too, because that perfectionism is what keeps us stuck, right? It keeps us from taking those little steps. Because we want to do everything perfectly, so sometimes we don't do anything at all. So get out of that energy. Get out of that energy. Allow yourself to be exactly who you are, exactly how you are. Don't worry about doing everything perfect. Just do it. Just do something. Is sort of that energy as well. Yeah. And for some people, today's a day to take care of health and to pay attention to health factors and how we are supporting our bodies and showing our bodies that we are worthy and we are good enough through the ways that we care for them. And then we have surrender to the divine, full moon. Yeah. So release your worries, release your fears to the divine. Release your obsessions, just turn them over. Archangel Michael is reminding me of the message that came through quite a while ago where he was telling people to release their burdens to him, and he was telling them to imagine like putting your hands on your head and pulling all of this stress and worry out of your head and holding it like a ball of energy in front of you and offering it up to him. He's reminding me of that. That's a really good exercise for a lot of us, myself included, actually, he's saying, which is funny. So yeah, we can work on that today. We could also ask him to use that sword to cut away all of these fears, to cut away all of these obsessions and these attachments. And it all comes from a place of not feeling good enough, of not being worthy, not feeling worthy. That's a huge energy that's coming through. Even when we're seeing our destiny and our purpose, it's like a lot of us are not feeling worthy of that today. And so surrender that, release that. We are absolutely worthy. If we weren't worthy, it wouldn't come into our reality, right? That wouldn't be our dream if we weren't worthy of it. You are absolutely worthy. You're worthy just because you exist. But I mean, beyond that, like, you're worthy because you are an incredibly beautiful, like, we're all incredibly beautiful souls. We are all worthy of absolutely all of the goodness that life has to offer. So surrender all of those fears, surrender that perfectionism, surrender all of that to the divine, to your angels, to your helpers. They want to assist you in stepping out of your comfort zone. And they also want to let you know that the answers that you need are coming. Wherever you may still be having confusion, that confusion, as we have the sun moving closer and closer to the stellium in Aquarius, this Aquarius season beginning to come through, there are answers as far as any residual confusion. Those answers are coming through. And I'm feeling for somebody, answers for something are going to come today, actually. You're going to get an answer to a question that you have been asking, something that helps to release you. And that's funny because what you need to release was under that. That helps to release you from a cycle, a tough cycle that you've been sort of feeling almost like trapped in. A cycle that you've been feeling trapped in, you haven't known how to pull yourself out of. And that may be where some of this obsessive energy is coming to. Some of this attachment energy. You felt stuck in it, like you couldn't get out of it, like you couldn't understand fully why it was that you kept repeating this, why this lesson kept repeating. It's like you thought you learned it, but you just couldn't put your finger on it, and you didn't know what to do to release yourself from that energy. The answers you need are coming. You're going to see, you're going to understand, that's going to be revealed to you. And it's going to be uncomfortable, right? It's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. You're being released. It's almost like you're being released from your discomfort zone. So that's what it is. That's what it is even though you've been wanting to detach yourself from this cycle, there's something about it that's been so familiar and so comfortable that you haven't wanted to let it go. And so you're finally going to see and understand that, or see and understand something that you needed to understand that's going to allow you to release yourself from that cycle and from that energy. And for a lot of you guys, it may come through meditation and contemplation. So really take some time for that today. Take some time to empty your space, to empty the space of your mind. Ask Archangel Michael for help with that. To be the clearest channel, to purify your vessel in whatever ways you need to. Take a bath, release some of that energy, a shower, utilize, work with the water, work with the earth. It's an earth day, right? With the red energy. And so really tap into that, clear yourself out, and be open to however those answers. For some of you, it's going to come through meditation. For some of you, the answers are going to come in other ways. So ask your angels for answers. Ask your guides for answers. Ask your higher self for answers. Be open to how those answers show up. They may not happen during the meditation. They may show up afterwards. But just know that, like, somebody today is, I really feel this is today. Whenever you're watching it is today. That those answers are going to come through, that clarity is going to come through, that is finally going to release you from that cycle. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you so very, very much. If you liked this video, like this video. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. My email is also down below with the description of the different services that I offer. Please reach out to me if you would like some assistance. I would absolutely love to be of assistance to you on your path in any way that I can. Drop a comment. Let me know how today's going for you, how you guys are doing. I love hearing from you. I just love and appreciate you all so very, very, very much. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday.